Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to Tathastu ICS. My name is Pooja Sharma and I am your current affairs faculty here. Today I am going to take your DNA session. Today is 2nd of June 2025 and this is the front page of your Hindu newspaper and this is the important news which we are also going to cover in today's session, right? This is a QR code for the DNA, the PDF files of these DNA sessions. So you can download your DNA PDFs from this particular Telegram group. Good evening everyone. Mr. Gagan is here, Sumedh is here, Priyanka is here. So very good evening to all of you, right? Okay, let's start today's discussion and let's see which important news we are going to cover today. Okay, the first news which we are going to cover is on your front page. This is your front page news. The first is the rain batters Northeast India lags affected. We all know that the monsoon season is here, right? So whenever there is monsoon season and because of the terrain and topography of northeastern state along with the issues related to urban planning, northeast in our country are most of the time get affected by the floods and landslides also. So the same thing is happening this year also, but with time, because of the climate change and all these things, the problem that is related to the flood and the landslides in Northeast India are increasing year by year, right? Okay, so that is the problem. Don't worry, the Telegram channel link, okay, we will send the Telegram channel link also in the comment section, right? The second news which we are going to cover is very important news actually. There is a political party, very radical right-wing political party, that's its name is Jamaat-e-Islami. It's not Indian political party, it's a Bangladeshi political party, right? So now the Supreme Court of Bangladesh has allowed this particular party to contest elections in Bangladesh only. But this news is of Bangladesh. So why we are reading this news? In India, we have implication of this news. Why? Because this particular political party is very pro-Islamist, pro-Pakistan political party, right? So it can actually create tensions, it can create problems, and the extremist tendency in Bangladesh in general can increase day by day. So that's why we are going to cover this news also, right? Now, third is the Musk retain plan to fly Starship to Mars in 2026 despite setbacks. We all know that Elon Musk, which is actually the CEO, the owner of the Tesla and these private space program in United States of America. Okay, recently what happened? Recently, one of the ship of the Elon Musk, it was actually failed. So that plan was failed. But even after that, just 2 days after that, he actually announced that he has this vision that he is going to fly Starship to Mars. So he already have a vision towards Mars. And why he is actually choosing 2026 as the year? Because 2026 is just next year, and everyone is thinking that he is not yet ready because his plans are not working out that well. But again, he is having such kind of plans because 2026 is in 2026 the alignment between Earth and Mars is going to be like that. The distance between the Mars and Earth is going to be very less, and it is a very rare opportunity. So this opportunity is going to be utilized by Elon Musk here. Okay, so that's why he is actually planning to fly Starship. Starship is a very famous and very important spaceship which is being designed by the company of Elon Musk. Now next important news is India and European Union are set to conduct the joint naval exercise. So again, why this news is important for us? First of all, it is a naval organization of European Union, not a particular country. It's a naval organization related to European Union and the India. Now they both are going to conduct a naval exercise, and we are going to understand what is the significance of any naval organization of a particular organization. Okay, an organization which is being made of several countries, right? Now Now let's start with our first news. First news is related to the rain and the, you can say that, the floods and landslides which are happening in the northeastern of east of India. So first of all, we need to understand what are the issues which northeast is facing right now. Okay, so these, we have this data. Again, these data are not important for your UPSC examination, but these data are there just to tell you what is, how big is the issue that is happening in northeastern India. First of all, continuous mild to heavy rainfall has caused massive floods and rainfall, landslide both. Why floods? Floods क्यों आ रही हैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट में? बिकॉज देयर आर सेवरल रिवर्स. ठीक है, ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर इज देयर, ब्रह्मपुत्र, okay, ब्रह्मपुत्र and its so many tributaries. Along with that we have Barak river, right? Barak river. So northeast of our country is, actually there are so many rivers and these rivers are very heavy rivers. So Brahmaputra river in general have a very heavy flow, but in the monsoon season the flow is very high. So this is actually irony there. Brahmaputra as a river contains too much of water, and most of the time, most of the monsoon season, the Brahmaputra actually brings floods also to the Assam region, right? So flood is there because there are so many rivers. Now the second is landslide, right? Landslide. Where is the opening company Elon Musk in India? ओके, हिंदी में भी आपको चाहिए. देखो हिंदी में हमारा अलग से एक डीएनए सेशन होता है जो हिंदी के चैनल पे शिवानी मैम लेते हैं, ठीक है? तो जिसको हिंदी में डीएनए देखना है आप वहां भी जा सकते हो, जिसको बिल्कुल प्योर हिंदी में देखना है, राइट? यहाँ पे हम थोड़ा इंग्लिश में थोड़ा ज्यादा रखते हैं बिकॉज देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम द सर्दर्न स्टेट ऑल्सो, सो दैट दे कैन ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड द डीएनए सेशन, राइट? और नोट्स बनाने पड़ेंगे. हाँ, अगर आप 2026 का एम कर रहे हो तो नोट्स बनाओ. आप नोट्स आप डे 1 से ही बनाना शुरू करो. नोट्स के लिए यू नीड नॉट टू वेट टू मेक नोट्स. ओके, लेट्स कम बैक टू आवर न्यूज. So why landslides are there? Again, we all know that northeastern hilly area, northeastern state, most of the northeastern state, we can say that Assam is a plain area, right? But along with that, the Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, so these are the hilly areas, hilly states. So in hilly states, we always know that if there is going to be a heavy flood, if there is heavy flood or heavy rainfall, then landslides are actually going to follow. Okay, so landslides are going to follow them only. So that's why floods and landslides here, especially in northeast of our country, are actually, you know, connected to each other. So what is actually happening? In Manipur and Mizoram, 900 houses were damaged, right? In Sikkim, 1500 tourists are stranded already, right? Because the roads are blocked. In Assam, over 3.6 lakh people across 19 districts have affected. Actually, Assam is the worst affected area or worst affected state in the northeast when it comes to this havoc which is happening in the northeast of India. Total death toll till now is 34 people. So 34 people is not a very less amount. So 34 people in northeast in our country are already dead because either because of the flood or flood related reasons. We can say that maybe there is some fire because there is a heavy rainfall, some lightning. Some people are dead because of the lightning, again, you know, due to heavy rainfall. So rainfall has created so much damage in northeast of our country, right? So now let's understand why flood are occurring in northeastern India. I have given you an overview. Let's understand it in detail also. During the monsoon, due to its hilly terrain and heavy rainfall. So hilly terrain along with that rivers. So the area is hilly. There are so many rivers also, right? And this time there is a heavy rainfall also. So these three causes together are causing these floods. Again, urban centers. So now let's have another issue which is related to this. Urban centers such as Guwahati, actually they face additional challenges because there is inadequate drainage system and an unplanned settlement on vulnerable slopes. So in Assam, the cities, some of the cities are actually not planned, they were unplanned, and the houses were made on the slopes which are actually unnatural slope, right? So because of those slopes, because whenever the flood is going to be, flood are going to use those slopes, and making a house is on the slopes from which the river is actually going to make its course, is actually devastating for those cities, right? So cities such as Guwahati is a urban center, major urban center in Assam. Again, it is also unplanned, and there is an issue of the drainage system. If there is not proper drainage, that's why also we can have flood. So urban floods are the major reason of the urban floods are the improper drainage system in general, right? For example, in Delhi. So why Delhi is flooded? दिल्ली में फ्लड क्यों आता है? बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑब्वियसली द सिटी इज अगेन अनप्लान्ड, इट्स अ वेरी ओल्ड सिटी, हिस्टोरिकल सिटी, एंड द सेकंड रीजन इज द improper drainage system, right? Again, unprecedented rainfall recorded this year highlight the increasing severity and unpredictability of monsoon pattern. So what is happening here? So because of this climate change, what is happening that we are not able to predict the monsoon. So sometimes monsoons are late, and the next year monsoons are early, and the next year monsoons are very late. Sometimes monsoons, there is no rain in the monsoon season, and sometimes there is too much rain in the monsoon season. So actually less rain or more rain is not that much a problematic thing. What is problematic here that we are unable to predict. If we are unable to predict, it is very difficult for us or the planners or the municipality in general to have preparations before monsoon, right? So that's why this is a big reason why unpredictability of monsoon is a big problem for us. And why there is unpredictability? There is unpredictability because of this climate change. Right now it is not very easy for us to have this orientation. Okay, now this is a month of June or this is a month of July, the rain is bound to happen. So this is the monsoon season, these are the 3 months, the rain is going to be there in these 3 months. So it is not like that these days, right? So things have changed, the weather pattern, the climate is changing. So weather change is a very simple thing, but the change of the climate is something that is affecting not only the people in India but the people all over the world. Again, the experts have long warned about the need of improvement of early warning system also. Okay, so we always have these talks about the northeastern state, the floods are coming to these states every year, right? But still we don't have a proper early warning system so that the people can evacuate that area and that they can reach to the safer areas before they are going to become the victim of these floods, right? Now, so this can be one of the issue. This particular news you can use in your disaster management part of main syllabus, right? Again, it is very important. This year also in mains UPSC can ask question. Now let's come to our second news. Second news is related to the Bangladesh Supreme Court allows Jamaat-e-Islami to contest election. Why Jamaat-e-Islami is a very problematic for us. So let's understand what is happening here. So on Sunday, Bangladesh Supreme Court has ordered the Election Commission of Bangladesh to restore the registration of this particular political party is Jamaat-e-Islami, or in short you can say that the Jamaat, right? So now this particular organization, this particular party can take part in the election. So why it is saying that it restores? So what actually happened before? Let's understand the background. Okay, why the word restore is here? Obviously it was banned before. So let's see. Let's look at the background. So what actually happened? It was, first of all, let's understand what kind of organization it is, or what kind of, it is just a political party in Bangladesh. It's a political party in Bangladesh. It is actually very conservative Islamic political party. Conservative means it has a very right-wing approach. Okay, right-wing party. What is the meaning of right-wing? Right-wing means, okay, their orientation is more conservative, right? That opposed Bangladesh independence also. Again, by looking at this fact only, you will be understanding that this particular party was opposing the independence of Bangladesh from Pakistan in 1971, right? So by this fact only we can understand what kind of party it is. So this party was very much pro, it was very much right wing also, it was very much pro Pakistan also. So what happened in 2013? In 2013, Bangladesh Supreme Court actually cancelled the registration of this particular political party, right? Why? Because the Sheikh Hasina government was there. And according to the Bangladeshi constitution, Bangladesh is a secular country. If there is a particular party who is actually advocating for one particular religion and not, having its course according to the secular nature of the state, so that's why the Supreme Court, on the basis of that this party's ideology is very much against the constitution of Bangladesh, this particular organization was banned, right? And in 2018, finally Election Commission officially banned this particular political party. But what happened in 2024? We all know that the organization SAD, Students Against Discrimination, they actually protested against Sheikh Hasina government because they were not very happy about the government. There were so many charges of corruption also, and the country was in so much turmoil. At that point of time, the Sheikh Hasina government was no more there. After that, one interim government came. Okay, we all know about the interim government. That interim government actually again restored this particular political party. Okay, so this particular political party was restored. Now what changed now? After Sheikh Hasina's removal, Supreme Court again recently has ruled that Election Commission must restore Jamaat's registration. But again, obviously now the Election Commission's final decision is yet to come. But in my opinion, Election Commission is also going to give a green flag to this party, and this party is again going to be there, and the party can contest election. We all know that still now there is interim government. Obviously election is bound to happen, so elections are going to be there, and this political party is also going to be part of the election. If this particular political party is going to win the election, then it is not going to be very favorable for India. So that's we need to understand. That is something we are aiming for. We are going to study here from UPSC's point of view that what are its implications on India. First of all, we are going to have safety concern in our eastern India, or we can say that in northeast India, right? Because if this particular political party is going to regain the influence, we are going to worry about the increased radicalization in Bangladesh. If the radicalization in Bangladesh is going to increase, we can worry about the extremist activity around the Bangladesh, around the states in our country which are around Bangladesh, that are our northeastern state. Okay, we already have so many problems in our northeastern India. Okay, we actually cannot accommodate one more issue, but this actually can create an issue for us. So we need to have a proper look, we need to have proper vigilance what is actually happening in Bangladesh. Again, the party's hardline Islamist ideology may contribute to the communal tensions in Bangladesh itself. We all know that in Bangladesh also there is a minority, Hindu minorities there in Bangladesh. Acha, security and safety of Hindu minority in Bangladesh is very important for the political arena in India also. Okay, this is something that is there. So there it can actually impact the minority Hindus in Bangladesh. This is actually a concern which is politically and diplomatically resonate in India's political system as well, right? Again, what else can be there? Look, geopolitically also there can be some implications, such as the rise of Jamaat could offer strategic leverage to Pakistan in the region, okay, because the party is a pro-Pakistan party, undermining India's influence in general in South Asia. These are the basic things, general things. But if you talk about specifically, we have TISA water issue, okay, with Bangladesh, right? We have refugee management issue with Bangladesh. So these issues might face challenges if this particular party is going to come into the scene. Okay, so right now this party is just got the right to election. So we are hoping that this party is not going to win in Bangladesh. But if the party is going to win, then it can actually create problem for us. Now let's come to our next news. So Elon Musk actually aimed to launch the first uncrewed Starship mission to Mars by the end 2026. Who is Elon Musk? Elon Musk is actually owner of the SpaceX and Tesla. Okay, Tesla and SpaceX. That's why he actually disjointed himself from the American politics, because he is saying that right now he is going to focus more on SpaceX and Tesla. Why SpaceX is a private space agency. So NASA is a government agency, okay, government sponsored agency in USA, and SpaceX is a private agency, and SpaceX is actually doing very good. So in SpaceX there is a very famous ship. So Starship is the name of that ship. So this Starship is actually designed in such a way that it can go to Mars. Okay, so this is actually the vision of Elon Musk, that he is going to launch the first uncrewed Starship mission to Mars by the end 2026. Okay, so mission actually depend on solving technical challenge, especially in orbit refueling. So why in orbit refueling is problematic for us? Look, we need fuel to reach from one place to another place in space. Okay, if there are two places, this is the Earth and let's say this is the Mars. Why going to Mars is such a problematic for us? Because the distance between Earth and Mars is very large. Okay, if we are going to go to the moon, so moon is not that far away, so we can easily reach to moon. If we want to go to the International Space Station, so it is very easy for us to reach International Space Station, but it is very difficult for us to reach to Mars. So Mars and Earth's distance is very large. Now, so what should we do? So the major problem is the refueling. वैसे तो we have the spaceship, okay, we can send the spaceship have all kind of technicalities, but the fuel is the major problem. So what we can do, what is the major challenge for us in orbit refueling? So how can we refuel? We need refueling of the spaceship. How can you refuel? Okay, it's just a space. In space there are no other planets and all where any kind of human habitation is there. So refueling is the biggest problem. Now the SpaceX is saying that they are actually going to solve this refueling issue. So they are going to manage in orbit refueling. Why 2026? Because 2026 actually offers a rare Earth Mars alignment. Okay, so this alignment is so ideal that it is ideal for the space travel. So this year in 2026, the distance between Earth and the Mars is going to be the minimum. If the distance is minimum, at least some fuel you can save, okay, and it is easy to reach at that point. Now the first flight is going to carry, obviously there are going to be multiple flights. So eventually the aim is to send a crewed mission to Mars, but right now the plan is to send an uncrewed. So first flight is going to have this robotic humanoids, right, with humans and humans are going to follow later. So Optimus is the name of this robot who is going to go to Mars. So this is actually the plan of SpaceX or Elon Musk, right? What else is going to be there? Now Musk envisioned launching 1,000 to 2,000 ships every 2 years to build a permanent Mars base. Okay, other than that, recent test flights have failed, but Musk sees them as a learning opportunity only. NASA plans to use Starship also for a manned moon mission in 2027 ahead of its Mars goal, right? Now in 2026, SpaceX is going to use the Starship. Then again in 2027, the NASA is going to use it. Musk is stepping back from the US government advisory role to focus on SpaceX and Tesla. This is a very basic one. Now someone is asking, ma'am, Earth is very slowly moving towards Sun. Okay, ma'am, what do you think of ISRO or SpaceX? What you want me to think about? These are the space agencies and they are actually doing good in their areas. SpaceX is also a private agency, even if it's a private agency. So it is actually doing good. Earth is slowly, okay. No, Elon Musk is not an alien who is saying that. Maybe, okay, let's, not hope that he is an alien. Now let's come to our next news, which is actually India and European Union set to conduct joint naval exercise. So the major aim of this news is to know what actually this exercise is. So Indian Navy and the Navy of European Union. What is the name of the Navy of European Union? European Union Naval Force. So EU, European Union, and Navy, Naval, and FOR. So EU NAVFOR, right? So this is the acronym. So they are going to actually hold a joint exercise. So why this particular, naval force is important for us, for India, or India's security in general? So why it is relevant to India? First of all, in Indian Ocean, we need the support of this particular European Union naval force, right? Because it is actually going to complement India's security efforts in the Indian Ocean, and we all know that Indian Ocean security is very important for India's maritime security in general. Anti-piracy coordination. Okay, actually the birth of this particular naval force was there because there was so much, piracy there in the part of the Horn of Africa. Okay, Horn of Africa, this is the tip of Horn of Africa. So near Red Sea and the Arabian Peninsula. So this is the Arabian Peninsula, this is the Red Sea, and this is the Horn of Africa. So this area was very much, vulnerable to the piracy, to pirates, and it is not very far from Arabian Sea. Not very far from Arabian Sea. So India was actually suffering from these piracy from many decades. This naval force was actually doing very good when it comes to, curbing the piracy in this region, and this actually going to, and the Indian Navy and the Navy of European forces, European Union, they are going to come together and they are going to have their joint coordination in this area. Again, Indian Ocean is crucial for India's trade and energy need, and the operations of this particular naval force is going to help us in the keeping these key shipping routes safe. Other than that, India and European Union have expanded their naval cooperation and they are going to be engaged more in the future. What you need to understand here, first of all, you need to know there is a naval force of European Union, because the European Union is not a country. It's a, organization of many countries, and this particular organization has its naval force, and this naval force is actually not going to be biased against any country, obviously, because it's a naval force of a particular organization. Its ethical, conduct is going to be much higher, because this naval force is not going to have any, any diplomatic reasons, not to have any coordination with India. So that's why this naval force is very important for us. Now, this was all about today's news articles, and again tomorrow we will be here for the new news articles. Someone is asking, SpaceX will provide the Starship to make image before Donald Trump. Okay, Gagan, Achha, you guys are talking to each other only. Now, there is very important announcement I want to make here from this platform, that now onwards we are going to start a program, okay, which is going to be concentrated on your mains answer writing. We all know that some of you have given mains, some of you have given your prelims examination and actually securing very good marks, but you are very much confused, okay, how to start your preparation. There are only 3 months left. And what about answer writing? Because most of you haven't done answer writing till now. So this program is actually for you, and it is a practice based program. It is not a test series. Here you can come here, you can sit here, and you can actually join it online also. So in online way also we are going to conduct that. So you will be given a question, then you will be given some time, okay, a time bound manner. So time is going to be there, and then you are going to, solve that question, and your question is going to be checked at that point only, okay. So this is how we are going to conduct, so that you can get your feedback at the time just after you have written your answer. And we are going to do it on a regular basis. Why regular basis? Because regular answer writing practice is the must, and it's the key to clear your mains examination. Content, your knowledge is something that obviously you need. That is the base on which you are going to, build your UPSC preparation. But along with that, practice is something that is again is going to contribute a lot in your selection process. So stay tuned with us, and after that you will see so many YouTube sessions also, where we are going to conduct these, mock drills, or you can say that drills about answer writing on this YouTube platform also. So you can also join that, okay. So thank you so much. Have a very, very nice day.